very high temperature. Now, some of the unique features of a ceramic watch is these are virtually unscratchable. Okay, now I'm not going to say they're not breakable, but they are virtually unscratchable. They're very durable watches. They're very lightweight. Okay, so if you like a lightweight watch, I actually prefer a heavier watch myself. If you like a really lightweight watch, a ceramic is a nice option for you. Okay. Now, if you remember too, I was talking about dials earlier. I want to go back to dials. You can get all different kinds of dials on your watches. Now this one, because I have lights in the room, you won't be able to see, but this is known as a full lume dial. Okay, so when the lights are turned off, the entire dial glows in the dark. It's like a flashlight, quite honestly. It's really neat looking. Okay, it's one of the things that really attracted me to this watch. I have some other watches with a substance known as tritium, which is actually a radioactive substance sealed in a tube that they make indices out of. Now, this is what's known as lume, okay? So it requires light to charge it. With tritium, tritium stays lit 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for about 10 years to half brightness. Kind of reminds me of a plasma TV in a lot of ways, because that's typically the way they rated plasmas, was life to half brightness. So that's just some of the things that we'll discuss today. And, oh, by the way, say hello to my little friends. We got Jack over here, okay? These are my bodyguards. And, well, as I said, as a prelude, I think we'll call this one a day, but I have much more to talk about in watches. I'll go over specific model watch reviews in the future and go over each and every individual feature. There is one more thing I do want to reference, though. Excuse me, that I think requires referencing. Watches are made all over the world, and of course, you know, people think of Swiss watches the holy grail of watches, and they are some of the finest timepieces in the world, to be sure. Okay, but you have watches made in Switzerland, you have watches made in Japan, you have watches made in China. Now, this kind of makes me chuckle a little bit. It's when somebody sees a watch that says made in China, they thumb their nose at it or they turn their nose up at it. Well, I want you to ask yourself this question. How many products do you use or products do you own that you think were made in China? Okay, the Chinese actually make an outstanding product, and their goal is to catch up with the Swiss product, and they're well on their way to doing so. And by the way, you'll see on many watches they say Swiss made. This is where things get a little bit gray, because in order to bear the name Swiss made, you need to have 51% of basically your overall parts and assembly done in Switzerland. The two main keys to the equation there being final assembly and final QC needs to take place in Switzerland to be called Swiss made. Okay, so these are some things to consider. If you see a watch that says made in China and you like the look of it, go for it. I mean, don't be afraid, really. In the end, and I've referenced this term in a previous video in my audio side before, use your taste buds. When I say taste buds, I'm talking about these taste buds. Look at what you're going to buy. Do you like the look of it? Okay? Do you like the way it keeps time? Alright? Do you think it looks good on your wrist? These are the important things to consider when you're considering buying a watch. So for today, I appreciate your time. This is David Garcia, Audiophile Dad in the Extreme, wishing you a good evening. Good night.